Hey Maker, Emily here, otherwise known as That Mom with a Laser and the brand ambassador for Eon Laser USA. And in today's video, I'm going to take you through the process step by step of cutting something on my laser and then printing on it with my Mimaki 6042 sponsored by PDS Equipment. If you are new to UV printing with a Mimaki, I also have a checklist for you to help you remember all of the steps that you need to go through when you're setting up a file in RasterLink. Just click on the link below and I'll send it right over to you. With that, are you ready? Let's go. So in this video today, I'm going to be working on printing one of the files for my file club. If you're not familiar with it, it's called Mom's File Club. And in this file club, I get to do something a little different and fun, and that is I get to offer files that are prepared both for laser engravers and anybody who prints their files with sublimation or UV printing. So what we're going to focus on is printing the colored version of my flower presses for the club. All right, so now that I have my top ready to be printed on, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to place it right here over in the corner. So I'm going to go ahead and use this corner ruler that was provided to me by PDS Equipment, and I'm just going to line it up here and place my wood piece in the corner. And now I know that it's lined up and ready to go. Now you can use the paper method, but for now, let's head on over to RasterLink so I can show you how to set up your design in the software. Okay, so I have my designs ready to go. I like to work in Canva a lot. It's just what I've been using for years, so I'm the most comfortable with it. But use whatever, design software you're more comfortable with, Adobe Illustrator, whatever. Okay, so I think I'm going to print this design, which is super cute. Okay. And then I am going to export it as a PDF because for the Mimaki, for RasterLink, that's what's recommended. So I'm going to pick the one that says PDF best for print. Okay. And I only need page 1. So I'm going to go ahead and download that. And then I'm going to hop into RasterLink and import the file. So now I'm here in RasterLink. So I'm going to go ahead and go to File and Open. And I'm going to click on my file right there. Click OK. And you're going to see it's importing it. And then it's going to pop up right here. Best buds forever. Great. So the first thing I need to do is I actually need to resize my file because this is my mini version. It's 2.5 by 2.5. But I want to make a larger version like the one you saw me cut. So I'm going to head on over to General Print right here. And I can either keep the ratio and the actual size, or I can make it a little bigger. Now, I chose to make my larger version 7 inches. So I'm going to have to convert that because we do everything in millimeters here. I could have resized it in Canva, but I failed to do that. So I want to show you how do you adjust it once it's inside RasterLink. So I'm going to head on over here and import the size. And there we go. And now it's resized it. Now notice it is at the bottom right corner of the print bed. As long as I'm using this as my guide on the extreme corner, it should line up fine, right? Now, if you want to reverse the image for, let's say you were doing it on acrylic and you wanted to see it on the back side of the acrylic, you'd want to reverse it, or you could reverse it. And there's a bunch of different options here, but we're just going to keep it simple for today's lesson. All right, so now that I have the file the way that I want it, I'm going to head on over to quality, which is this big Q right here. And in here, I need to select the resolution that I want to print with. I have actually been finding, the higher the resolution, the more like pop you're going to get. But I have found that it's really not that much of a difference. And so I have been teeter-tottering between 600, and 600, 900. So let's just do the 600 by 600 for today. Next, I'm going to head on over to special plate. And that's this one right down here. And this is where I can create the different layers of color that I need to print my image so that it looks really good, okay? So the first thing I want to do is I actually want to print a white plate or a white layer, okay? Because that's going to help the color that goes on top really pop. So I'm going to head into here where it says ink, and I'm going to select my white ink. And I do not want it to print all of the white in the background. I just want it to print the flowers and the lettering. So I'm going to pick valid pixel rather than whole image. If I did whole image, it would print white all over. And if I wanted white on it, that would be cool, but I don't. I just want the flowers, okay, and the little text. So I'm going to go ahead and create that one. All right, so now that I have my white layer ready, I want to tweak it just a little bit because I want to make sure that I'm not going to get a little bit of, I'm going to print white first, and then I'm going to print the ink color on top. I don't want any white kind of like seeping out around the edge. Instead, I want to just see the black outline of my image. So in order to do that, I'm going to head on over to my layers, and I'm going to go right here to where it says special color size correction. And I want to correct the sizing of the white. I'm just going to thin it a little bit. And basically what that's going to do, it's going to kind of shrink the white ever so slightly just so I can make sure that it's not going to show from underneath on the edges of my print. So I'm going to head over to thinning, and you can adjust it to about 3 to 4. I'm going to say 4 just to be safe for now. Okay. Now let's head back over to properties so I can see all of these again. Now, I could send these individually one at a time. First, I could do my white layer, and then I could send the color and do the color layer. But we want to save time if we can. So I'm going to combine these two together. I'm going to hold down my Shift key. I'm going to grab these two, and I'm going to head over right here to composition. And this is going to help me composite and basically combine my two layers together. So I'm going to click composite and see now I have this outline here. Check my print settings. Okay, well, hopefully they're right. And you see it's going to go in order from bottom to top. So we've got the white plate underneath and then the color plate above it. It looks like I have everything ready to go. So now I'm just going to go ahead and send it on over to the printer. So we're going to go to go and start. You're going to see it upload and send over to the printer. And if you notice, my little green light is now on and it's telling me, okay, it's ready to print. So let's head on over there. Okay, so now that we're here, I'm just going to go to where it says remote. And that's basically your start button. So I'm going to click start, and then we're going to see the print bed adjust so that it can get to the proper head height. And for those of you that are coming from the laser world, it's kind of like the print bed is getting into focus. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll get started. So as you can see, it's doing the white, and then right over the white, it's doing the color.
Okay, so this is what it looks like without sealing it. It looks so good. I love it so much. I'm not gonna touch it though, because now I'm gonna head back and now I'm gonna print over a sealant just because it's a personal preference. I love how it looks.
All right, now that I'm back in the software, I'm gonna head on over to composition, which is this one right here, and I'm going to release it and see how that just kind of went undone. It was together and now they're separate layers, okay? Then I'm gonna go ahead and select my original image. I'm gonna head on over to special plate and I'm gonna have it selected to clear and valid pixel. I'm gonna go ahead and create that and you see it popped up right there. Now, right now, the sealant is going to be a matte finish. If you wanted to change that so that it's glossy, then you would head on over to Properties right here, go to Setup, make sure you've got it set to clear, and then you go into UV mode and Glossy Print. I'm going to click OK because I want it to be glossy. And I want to make sure that I have it set to 600 by 600 when I'm in quality. So I'm going to head back over here, make sure that it's set to the right resolution, and then I'm ready to go ahead and run this layer or this plate, okay? So we're gonna click go, start. We're gonna watch it upload. We're gonna see this turn green in just a minute. Should, 3, there we go. All right, so let's head on over and run the print.
All right, now I can go ahead and push remote and start, but I want to show you one more thing. Let's say you send it over and you realize, oh no, I forgot to change it to quality, or I forgot something that I need to adjust. If you wanted to delete any files that you sent over to the printer, you would go to Select and Data Clear and select that button to clear any of the files in here. I don't want to do that. I want to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to push remote. All right, so here you have a gloss finish and it looks so good, right? My goodness. But I also did one with a matte finish and it really just looks just as good, honestly. It's not as shiny, although I know the light catching it. I don't know if you can really tell. Maybe when I take some photos you can tell. But they both look beautiful and I'm so excited to launch this with Mom's File Club. So remember how I told you if you forgot something, you can go back, delete it, and then resend it? Well, I'm looking at it and I realize, oh, hello, I forgot to thin the clear plate, right? So I don't know if you can tell, but it almost looks like it's bleeding a little bit over it. Do you see that? Hopefully you can. I'll take a close picture. So let's go ahead and fix that so I can show you the difference. All right, so I'm going to head back over to my clear plate. I'm going to go back to layers, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select correct the size, go to thinning, and then go up to about 3 or 4. And we're going to go ahead and try 4 and see how it looks. Luckily, I want to make 2 of these, so we're good to go. Let's repeat the process. I'm going to hit go. Go ahead and click start. It's going to load. Oh no, Emily, hello. Where's my brain? I'm going to print a whole new one. So I need to send the color first. Hello. So now we can do what I was telling you, and we can go ahead and delete the file that's over there in the printer. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we're going to go to Select, Data Clear. I want to clear the data. Click Enter. There we go. Now I can go ahead and send the correct file. All right, so now we can do things a little differently. This time I'm going to head over to my glossy layer, okay? And I have to do the thinning just like I did with the white. That's why it's kind of coming out of my image.
in the other one. So I'm going to go up to 4. And now I can composite them all together and run them in one setting, unlike how we did it before where we did the white and the color, and then we did the gloss over it separately. We're going to do them all together this time. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of them and then head on over to composition. I want to make sure I have the layers right. I want to do white first, then I want to do color, and then I want to do the gloss on top. So I've got it all set up and ready to go. White first, color, then sealant. So now I can composite it together. This print condition is different from the selected job. That's okay. I got it the right way. It's going to tell me I want to check my settings. I did. Hopefully I did everything right? Okay, let's go ahead and click go, start, and run the job.
All right, moment of truth. Let's see if we did it this time. And hopefully you can tell, but if we get really close, you can see how my sealant went just a little outside, and here you don't see it at all. So that's what the thinning does, both for the white and when you do a sealant. Okay?
Well, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found the video helpful. Whether you love to laser engrave and cut things or you want to add color to them, Mom's File Club has something for everybody, so please go check it out. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button so you get notifications every time I have a new video. And with that, I'll see you guys around here soon over at That Mom with a Laser. Bye, guys.